These problems were generated by me, myself, and I. Alright, hey, welcome back to the Outrod Garage. Glad you came by. We get to fix a few problems with Brandon's truck today. We're going to get in here, we're going to fix some stuff. We have some other things going on too. We got a little bit of interior stuff going on. We're going to help him out with some things that we didn't originally plan on doing. We're going to put some door rubber in. We're going to put some thresholds in. We're going to take care of some stuff on the dash, centering up the steering wheel so he can go get it aligned. Anyway, we're also going to take care of that bed. The bed that he so hates. And I love. But you know what? There's no accounting for taste, right? Come follow along as we get this taken care of. I think you're going to have a good time.
Okay guys, so more little stuff. I'm going to go ahead and install his door panels. Passenger one and door one, or driver door one. And I don't know if he's got any armrests, but we'll just kind of, he's got a pile of parts still. So anyway, let's go ahead and get these guys hung on there. That's just one more thing that's on the truck again. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. So a lot of this stuff is going to have to be revisited. It's going to go for paint and all that kind of stuff. So there's a bunch of like little repair that the truck's going to need at that point. But for now, just going to get this stuff on the truck. Two of these blind bolts are missing on the bottom here. Just a bunch of little stuff. Alright, so there's one inner panel there. Let's go ahead and try to prop the door open here so you guys can watch me. And I'm going to go ahead and do that panel there. Let's go ahead and shoot for symmetry here. There's that. Okay. And we did right here. Not feeling right. You gotta watch it because sometimes these guys will be like rusted or something like that and they'll snap off. Just kind of forewarning you. So that guy can go on a little bit later. Mirror, stanchion, registration. Here's our door handles we were looking for. 1, 2. Those are the mirrors. Another door handle and another window crank. Cool. So as you can see, I have both windows all the way up. I'm gonna go ahead and put now we'll see. Let me get a small screwdriver real quick. Let's see what that wants to do. Let's go ahead and clock this guy down like this. That way when you try to pull on it, it's not like off, you know, you're not over centered. I'm trying to pull it. Cool. Okay, let's go ahead and put our door handle on. And these guys, we'll just go ahead and leave that level like that. These guys don't care how they are or what position they're in, or how you clock them, I guess you could say. Let's make sure I'm putting that on right. I think I just locked the door. Alright, I think that'll work. Nice and level. Okay. Alright, it works. Hooray. Now this guy's kind of chewed up. Let's see if we can do something with that. But at least the panels are on now. Door handles ×2 over here. Got this guy on here. Let's see the armrest, see if there's something going on there. I know there's one of them. I know there's one. So there's one. We have the other one. We don't have hardware for it, so let's see what I can conjure up. So we're just tooling along, little stuff, door panels, screws, and all the So initially when Brandon had gotten this dash cluster, the temperature gauge wouldn't work. So he went ahead and got another gauge that supposedly works, and he also got a different speedo because it sounded like the worm gear was broken in this one. What I'm going to do is, obviously I have my column loose, steering wheel's off, everything's unplugged from the back. I'm going to go ahead and take this dash cluster out very gingerly and see what we got going on. Be nice if it worked well, you know. Once we change the gauge and the speedometer, then we'll hook it back up, and then Lord willing, hopefully later on today we'll be able to put a fire in this thing again. So I have my speedometer cable disconnected. I have my oil pressure line disconnected. And always remember, these gas clusters do not want to come out. I don't know what it is. They don't want to. Okay. There's our bulkhead. There's stuff on that thing. Alright. Yay! So now we need to... How this works is we have to take these off so we can get the bezel off, because everything comes out front. So I believe those are 1/4 inch. I think. We'll have to find out. Hang on. So here's the Speedo. This is the new one that's going in here. And as you can see, it's been reset to 0. Kind of cool. There's that. Here's the old one. It's questionable as to what happened to it. I just know that when I was spinning it, you could hear it crunching inside of the odometer, which is usually a broken worm gear. That's kind of what happens to these guys. There's a new one. I'm not going to put the new one in yet until I change the temperature gauge. So here's this guy. Alright. So, let's see here. We're looking to change this part right here. So it looks like I should be able to, in theory, unplug this. Okay. And now, alright, so now we're going to disconnect or take out the old temperature gauge. Now, this should slide out. Alright, so here's our alternator gauge. Here's the temperature gauge that we had changed. We've got to take these guys loose. We're going to take the amp gauge out, and then we'll hook the amp gauge up to this guy here. And hopefully all will be well. Yeah, it sure would be cool if these gauges work. We tried multiple different sending units, and obviously the gauge that we had in this cluster that Brandon had bought, and it wouldn't react at all. Our insulator's still on there on the inside. There's that. And there's little tabs right there that position it correctly. And then let's do the hard tab first. That's the way the rest of it's like a vacation. If I can get it started. Yeah, I just gotta be gentle. But while this is out, we need to make sure we put in the wiper motor switch. Yeah, wiper motors in Arizona. Okay, there's a new temperature gauge. There's an alternator gauge. So now I can put these in here because they get suspended behind this profile here, so I'm not too worried about them getting bent. There's that. Zoom. I had the high beam indicator in the wrong spot. So there's that now. Now we're ready for Excalibur. Aww, baby. So now we change the speedo out. We change the temperature gauge out. Let's just go ahead and put our dash face back on. So, here. Whew. Whew. Alright. So all this fun's on there now. His selector, all the stuff. The cool thing is now we can put his wiper arms on.
Now, as I told you before, Brandon's going to take this truck and have the paint and body done. And there are some issues down here in the cab, some rust repair that needs to be done. In the meantime, we want to try and help seal up the doors a little bit so you don't get as much air coming through, and so that the doors don't rattle so bad. Brandon's going to be taking this over to a couple of shows, and until he's ready to do the paint and body, we want to have it just a little more secure. So there are two different kinds of rubber that you can buy for these trucks. The rubber goes here on this pinch weld, and the two different kinds are either a glue-on style or a push-on style. Now, new modern cars all have push-on style rubber. That makes it easier to take it off and put it back on any type of repair that you need to do. The old school style was the old glue-on style. So I told Brandon to get the push-on. I personally like the push-on better. It allows you to manipulate things so much easier. So we have the push-on style, which will allow Brandon to just easily remove it when he's ready to actually get the paint and bodywork done. So we'll show you what that looks like. It looks pretty much the same, but it has a little steel clip inside it that helps you to push it on. And we'll get it installed on this door and the other door so we can get him ready for a little bit of cruising. Alrighty. I do not think that there's any difference in between them. I'm quite sure there isn't. I'm hoping. And if there is, hopefully I open up the right one. Very simple to put on. So yeah, I don't see any difference in these. So you have your piece here that has the metal clip in it, and then you have the rubber that goes up against the door. So all you have to do is make sure you put it the right way. Here we go. All right, so let's get this installed. Now, some of this needs to be cleaned up, but you can see this rubber gasket all the way around. Looks absolutely beautiful. And now we have our new chrome threshold, and once he has the carpeting on, that'll look absolutely gorgeous and get it all washed up and cleaned up. So we're going to do the other side. We won't bore you with that.
Alright guys, you've all done wiper blades, right? These guys are really, they're all just the same. Let's see. Should be, yeah. Alright, you guys watching? Actually, it looks pretty good. And hey, they even work, right? That's a plus.
All right, you saw that Tommy was doing some of the dash components, and now I get to get on to my big problem, the big mistake. Problemo numero uno. I'm gonna get it on this bed. I'm gonna try and patina it out a little bit to get a little more color back in it for him, see if he likes it. All right, as you can tell, I've already started without filming anything on the camera. We're gonna go through and try and do a patina, or a fautina, in the bed of Brandon's truck. Already started knocking down and getting a little bit of blue in there, a little bit of black and blue and some white. We'll get it knocked down, we'll rub it down, and you know what? Brandon, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. You see how I'm doing some highlights on the letters and the edges? We're gonna get the black knocked down. We'll rub it all out and see what it looks like. Let's rub it down and see what it looks like. Well, with that sunlight on there, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it actually turned out pretty good. Just a little bit of fautina on it. Let's get that put back up and see if you can see something from the other direction. It's taking a minute for it to dry up. You can see we're getting some patina back because he absolutely hated it. Now I do like the bed where it has the Chevrolet bouncing out with a little bit of blue and a little bit of bare metal. So Hopefully he's going to like this, because if he doesn't, oh well. Well, I think it turned out great. You know what? I thought the last one did too, so who knows what Brandon's going to think. But you know what? I want to thank you guys for coming by and watching. I want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, send us a comment, give us a thumbs up, and you know what? Share the link while you're at it. We'd love to try and grow this channel. Remember also to visit our website for some of the wonderful merch that we have. It is www.theoddrodgarage.com. You can purchase all kinds of things. Christmas is the perfect time to be supplying your friends and family with one of our shirts. They'll love it. It'll be their most favorite Christmas present ever. Anyway, I want to thank you again for coming by. Thanks for watching. Hey, just a quick reminder, we have a new giveaway coming up. And when Brandon's truck is out, we're going to be dragging that 55 Chevy 2-door station wagon, gasser, supercharged small block. We're going to be dragging that in and getting started on that. We're going to get ready to give that thing away.